Hipsters.
Hipsters.
When I think of hipsters, I think of
vegetarian, rides a fixie bike.
I guess chinos and shirt and maybe some glasses, whether or not they need it.
Hipsters are pants that wear down on the hips.
up shops, music, irony.
Someone who wears clothes that are either too big or too small for them.
And hipsters are people who are really cool.
It's kind of hard to stereotype a hipster because I think it's more an attitude than an actual category. Because when you say hipster, I mean, you could think of someone just wearing a cardigan and liking alternative music, but in Melbourne, it's such a diverse thing. It's more just like you want to be different from the person next to you. My name is Sarah, I'm 21. I live in Carlton. I do a Bachelor of Arts at Melbourne University and apparently I'm a hipster. I used to think they were really like they're fake or they're tryhards, but that's a really hard thing to say in Melbourne because everyone's a little bit alternative. So, and especially if someone calls me a hipster, I don't want them to think of them as a tryhard. Yeah, I've been called a hipster a fair bit. Yeah, I don't know, I guess I just have to embrace it. Okay, my arts degree is probably very hipster. The music that I listen to, the way I dress, I guess. I don't like shopping at the same store or finding an outfit at the same store. It's much more fun to pull bits from everywhere. I do a lot of hunting in my grand's closet, in thrifty stores and things like that. I have a lot of friends always come and borrow clothes for fancy dress parties and things like that.
Probably my favourite thing at the moment is this big old one. It's made of wool and camel hair, and I don't know, it makes it waterproof and amazing, and I live in that. This is, I think, is another hand-me-down from my grandma. Okay, this is probably my favourite op shop piece that I found. This is one that I made myself. It's an old 80s dress that had huge sleeves on the side. I get a lot of stuff from my mum because she's like an old hipster from the 80s, and this is probably my favourite one from her. I would only ever buy second-hand fur because, I mean, it's recycling and yeah, so I guess I'm environmentalist in that respect, but yeah, fur is my weakness.
I used to be a massive music snob because I used to work at a CD store, but I don't know, I sort of like all music now, so whether it's, especially because I study music, so it's easier to be a little bit less subjective. So, you know, anything pop, classical, rock, alternative, whatever it is, I generally listen to it. I like making mixtapes for people. That's terribly cliched as well, I guess, but mainly it's just because I don't have a lot of money, so that's a good birthday present as well. I'm not a massive audiophile, but you can actually tell the difference between different sounds in each format. So I do mostly listen to my iPod and iTunes, but I don't like the intangibility of MP3 as well. I feel like that if my computer dies, then everything will be lost. So probably the first thing I ever got was this, not that, this James Brown tape, and I got it for my 5th birthday from our gardener, and that sort of started me collecting everything. I read the other day that Melbourne has the most record stores per capita in the world, so I mean it's not hard to find, you know, what you're looking for. My favourite places to eat are tragically hipster, I guess. I love Brunswick Street and all the little corners where you can sit and read a book. I come to this place mostly because it's like right next to my house. But yeah, it's really nice atmosphere and really yummy coffee. Another tragically hipster drink, but it's a soy chai latte. But that's just because I can't drink coffee at the moment, so it's the closest thing. People call me hipster a lot, and I guess maybe that's the way I dress or, you know, the way I listen to music or whatever, but it's a little bit too hard to categorise like that, I think. You know, I don't do any of this on purpose, it's just how it happens. People decide to be different with how they eat, how they dress, what they listen to. I'm sure there are a lot of people who try and be hipster and they're the ones that give it a bad name. But yeah, it's too hard to define.